Hello Stampin' friends, this is Jeannie Moss, the Bluegrass Stamper, here in the Bluegrass state of Kentucky. We are having storms today, so I'm trying to make videos between the storms. Today's card is going to be this birdhouse card. It is a fun fold. It folds like so, and it stops here so that it will stand up. And you notice the front does not fold. So this is attached, and I will show you how to make that magic happen. I cannot take credit for this design because this card was gifted to me in a swap, possibly the Mexico incentive trip. I'm not 100% sure. And unfortunately, they ask us not to attach our names to the card, so I'm not sure who did design this card. If you designed it, please let me know. One of my customers is a mortgage lender, and she was looking for a card to send a welcome to your new home card. And so I thought this would be perfect for that. So this is the card we'll make today. So I'm using the Country Woods suite of products. I'm going to show you the whole suite. We're not using everything, but I call it a mega suite because it's got 2 bundles, 2 sets of DSP. This is the bundle that we'll be using. It has the birdhouse, the bird, the flowers. It also has the dies to cut those out. So I've got most of those out already to use, and I will show you those as we go. But this is the bundle we will be using. The suite also comes with the Country Flowers bundle. This is a pretty set. Got a little stool. You can put the bucket on there or the teapot, put flowers in them. It's a very pretty set too. And it also has dies to cut everything out. The suite also comes with an embossing folder. This is the eyelet embossing folder. We will be using that. 2 sets of DSP. This is the Country Lace. And I'm going to just flip through it quickly. Hopefully you're getting a good, that looks like blue jeans, denim. Love the colors in this and very subtle patterns. So it could be used for practically anything. You get 12 sheets, 2 of each of these that I'm showing you. That looks like the eyelet embossing folder too. So that is the Country Lace DSP. There's also the Country Woods DSP. So I've used this a lot. So this is all that I have of this particular piece. This is a very good packet of paper for anything. You can use this for almost anything. So if you haven't grabbed this, I would suggest you do so. I believe this is on the last chance list. So it'd be a good time to get it if it's still available. It's a great set of paper. That particular suite comes with 2 rolls of ribbon, the petal pink and the white, and embellishments. They're basic gray and smoky slate. So there's a little bit darker and lighter gray. We will be using those. But what we're going to use today is a different DSP. We are going to use the DSP from the In Color 2024-26 In Color DSP. So this has some great colors in it. It's got the peach pie, the petunia pop, the shy shamrock, summer splash, and the pretty in pink. And we will be using the peach pie. I did make this card in 2 different colors so that we could I could do it in class. I didn't have enough paper for everybody to do the same thing, so we did 2 different colors. So this is the one we're making today, the peach pie. The first thing we'll do is we'll cut a piece of 5.5 by 8.5. This is thick white, thick basic white. We've got a piece of white, and I've gone ahead and embossed this piece. It is 3 1/4 by 4.5. And I went ahead and used that eyelet embossing folder that comes with the suite. We've got another piece of the peach pie that I've stamped our birdhouse on. That's one stamp. I've got a scrap. I've gone ahead and stamped the flowers and the bird. Now these are stamped in Memento black ink. I've got 2 strips of that DSP. These are 2 inches by 5 3/8. And then I've got some things I've already cut out. And I've already actually cut this birdhouse, and I've cut these out too. I'll show you those. So here's the birdhouse. And the birdhouse has 2 dies. It has the outside die to cut out the entire image, which I'd get a hold of if I could. So this one, and you just lay it on and cut this out. And then it also has a circle to cut out the hole in the birdhouse. So I've used those 2 dies, ran it through my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, and got this piece. I also took a piece of white scrap, and I used the scallop die to cut out a piece of white scrap. So I have that. I used this piece. This is the roof, and I've cut this out of peach pine. I don't know if you can see, it has a little embossed raised area on it. So I've already cut that. And then I've cut out a piece of the DSP, the striped DSP, using this die. And these are all included in the set. So that I've already cut out as well. Then what I've done is we have this piece. This is just a little scrap. It's probably 1/2 inch by, well, let me measure it for sure. It's a little bit, it's 5/8 of an inch by 3.5. And this is what we're going to stamp our greeting on. And then I've stamped these, and I have colored them with my blends. I've used the peach pie blends to color the flowers. And then I've gone back, this is the light peach pie. And then I've gone back with the dark peach pie, and I've added just a little bit to the inner edges of that so that you can see what that looks like. And then I took the peach pie and I colored the bird's belly. And like I said, I did not design this, so I am copying what someone else did. And then the bird is colored gray, and the leaves are colored gray. I'm not going to make you watch all that. And I have those done already. And I've taken the dies. So I've taken these 2 dies, and I've cut out the bird, and I've cut out the flowers. So these are cut out, colored, cut out, and ready to go. Make these videos as quick as I can because I know you don't have a lot of time, and I don't either. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to score this base card. This is the 5.5 by 8.5 thick white. We're scoring it at 2 1/8. And we're scoring it at 4 1/4. So basically we're scoring it in half, and then we're scoring half of it in half. So that's that 2 1/8 measurement. I do like to score the thick white cardstock because it doesn't fold well. It will crack. It's very, very thick. You need to break down those fibers a little bit by scoring. So we're folding it in half. Then this piece, we're gonna fold towards the inside. So this is our card. That's our card base. On the inside of our card base, this is going to be a birthday card. So we are going to stamp in our Memento. I'm going to bring my foam pad in. And I'm stamping, this stamp is from that same set, hoping you have the best day ever. And I'm going to keep this over close to our center score line. And the reason for that is because we will be putting that, I call it a doorstop, over on the right-hand side. So while I have this out, I'm also going to stamp the happy birthday. And that will go on this strip. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute as far as that stopper. So happy birthday goes on there. And that is it for the stamping because we've done everything ahead of time. So our next step is to take this card, lay it flat, and we're going to put this DSP right on these two front sections. So I'm going to use my glue just because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room, a little bit of extra time to get it in the right place before it seals too hard. You want to make sure you get glue into the corners on this because you don't want those corners to flap up. All right, there we go. This piece is going to actually be popped up, and we're going to pop it up right on the edge of the card. This is what I call the doorstop, and it's what's going to keep the card standing up. It's going to prop the door open. So we're going to adhere this right along the edge. I'm just eyeballing it to center it from top to bottom. We're going to put that right along the edge. And so now whenever we will give that a little bit more of a crease there, and then it will pop up like so. So for our birdhouse, we're going to take a little bit of glue and we're going to put it along where the scallops are here. And we're going to take that white piece that we've already cut out and we're going to put it right over those stamped scallops. So we've got that down. And then we're taking this piece and we're going to put dimensionals behind it and put it right over there. So I actually have somewhere some of the foam strips, but I might not know where they are. So I'm going to try these dimensionals. Let's see if these little mini dimensionals are small enough to go behind there. Yes, they are. So we'll use the little mini dimensionals. Oops, that one's going to be showing. I know you'll do a better job than I'm doing here. It's hard when you can't get it over in front of you. I'm going to have to pull that over a little bit closer to me. There we go. I'm going to pull these backs off and we're going to stick it on the birdhouse. It's really quiet right now. I think it's the calm before the storm. I'm going to pull this over where I can see it. Just going to attach that to the top of my birdhouse. So there's that. And then we've got the piece that I cut out from the DSP, this guy, and we're just going to glue it right on the bottom of this. There's the bottom. And then I have my bird and my flowers. And I'm going to cover up that the little where the post of the birdhouse would be. So I'll put this like right here. We'll put our little bird on. All right. And now this piece is ready to go on the one that I embossed with that eyelet embossing folder. This is the embossing folder is also part of the suite. We're going to attach that right on to this piece, and I am going to use dimensionals. I'm going to use the larger ones for that though. That's a lot of dimensionals, isn't it? But I don't want him to come off, so and we're now ready to just center this right on that piece. All right, so now we are ready to go. This is where the magic happens. So what we're doing, I have punched out with a circle punch 2 plain white circles. So it doesn't matter what size these are, as long as they're not bigger than bigger than this piece, you're good. So it doesn't matter what size they are. We're going to fold those in half. We're going to burnish them with our bone folder. So we've got half circles. Now we're going to put glue or whatever adhesive you like on half of this. And we're going to put this on the center of our card. We're going to put the fold right up next to, so you can see we don't want to cover the fold. You want to glue that right on there next to the fold. So that's what it looks like. It's right up next to that crease. And it's folded this way. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And this is why I like my glue. See me having a struggle with that, trying to get it in the right place? Yeah, that would be me. All right, so now it doesn't interfere with our folding of our card. And now we are ready to put our adhesive on the front of these pieces. And they're still folded. And then this, we will center it on our card. And give it a good press to get that glue sealed. And there's our card. So now this can be straight even though our card is folded. So the last couple of things I did is I took a bow and I took some glue. This is the peach pie ribbon. I believe it's 3/8 inch ribbon. I'm going to put a couple of glue dots. These are glue dots from Paper Pumpkin. I always seem to have some of those left, so I like to use them. And I'll put the bow right here at the top. And then we can trim. So there's our bow. And then I have those gray embellishments. And they are the small one. I've got a small one that I'm going to put right in the center of the flower. And then I've got 2 of the larger ones that I'm going to put here on the ends of this piece. Now, as I showed you before, this is why we wanted to keep our writing over to the left-hand side, because we didn't want to interfere with this. And when our card is open, we didn't want to see our writing, so we didn't want it to be out past that. So that's why we kept that to the left. So there's our card. Isn't that not just the cutest thing? Thank you to whoever designed this original card. I love it. And I did use it in my class this month. We made that. Everybody enjoyed it. Like I said, we made it in the pink and the peach pie. Now, the customer that I actually did this for, that has the mortgage company, that does mortgages, of course, she didn't want a happy birthday, so we used another stamp from the stamp set to just put that, and then she can put inside welcome to your new home or whatever she wants to use for that. So there you have it. Hope you've enjoyed these projects. If you have any questions or you'd like to reach me, you can reach me at bluegrassstamper@gmail.com. If you'd like to see more projects, I have a website, www.bluegrassstamper.com. If you go over there, there's a little blue button that'll pop up and you can get a free tutorial. You'll give me your name and your email address. You'll get a new tutorial immediately. Plus, I'll put you on my email list because I do send out free tutorials every week. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love for you to shop with me. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again. Bye.